In 1915, the Boston Foundation opened its doors for the first time, one of the very first community foundations in the nation. But then a year later, something remarkable happened. A very successful businessman, James Longley, left his whole estate of $4 million to the Boston Foundation. And that enabled the Boston Foundation to be the very first foundation in the country to make grants. Today, James Longley is helping a young man named Eliseo de Pina fulfill his dream of a college education. Eliseo is part of Success Boston, which helps graduates of the Boston Public Schools not only get into college, but complete college, a goal too many of Boston's graduates fail to reach. Thanks to the Permanent Fund for Boston, the Foundation is a major partner and funder of Success Boston, which matches students like Eliseo with coaches like Danny Rivera.
Eliseo has really pushed hard. I mean, he came in and started in ESL classes and has pushed through to graduate still in 2 years.
I had a dream, and it was fading away, and you receiving this phone call that you can do it, and it's like you grab a piece of your dream and live with it. It feels pretty unique, and feel the chance that you're changing your life. It's pretty unique.
In the early 1900s, Anna Frothingham volunteered for organizations that fought for the rights of women. When she died at the age of 90 in 1939, she left a major bequest to the Permanent Fund for Boston. Today, Anna is helping Ingrid Trench build a healthier life for herself and her children with the help of a group called Health Leads. Not only do the doctors that Ingrid sees prescribe her medicine when needed, but more importantly, they give her prescriptions for things like childcare, food stamps, which are all the very things that she needs in order to stay healthy and to do what the Boston Foundation's aiming to do, create healthy people in healthy places.
I think what Health Leads does is important. It was important for me, and I think it's important in the community, because when you're all of a sudden you find yourself in a situation where you need the help and you need the resources and you don't know where to go. It's the connection between the doctor, because a lot of people do talk to their doctors, so the connection between the doctor and an in-service provider that can get you these resources is just, for me, it was somewhat life-saving, because like I said, I felt alone.
In 1939, as a little girl, Anna Faith Jones was in the audience at the Lincoln Memorial when Marian Anderson, barred from singing at Constitution Hall, sang before thousands. That may have been when Anna first understood the transformative power of art. Anna went on to serve as president of the Boston Foundation from 1985 to 2000. Today, a fund established in her honor as part of the Permanent Fund for Boston is helping Carlos Pedrero and Kevin Chan inspire social change through the Boston Children's Chorus. The Boston Children's Chorus is a wonderful example of the type of arts organization that the Boston Foundation likes to support. They help develop young children and inspire them through high artistic quality choral performance.
One day as I was walking down the lonesome road.
In my years in BCC, I have learned about self-confidence, I have learned about social change, and I've become a more positive person.
We sang with a lot of different organizations and with a lot of different people, so it really helped get the message across from Boston Children's Organization, which is diversity is the best thing, and it's better to stand together than alone.
K-O, K-O, K-O.
Yeah, that's it. Very good.
Edward Glines was born in Somerville in 1849. He fought in the Spanish-American War, then went on to serve as a Massachusetts state representative, a state senator, and finally as mayor of Somerville. When he died in 1939, he left a major bequest to the Permanent Fund for Boston. Today, Edward is helping Karen Furtado achieve her dream of becoming a nurse.
I had my first child when I was like 18 years old and I couldn't finish school. He was premature and I stayed home for about a year to take care of him.
I had the distinct pleasure of hearing Karen Furtado share her story at the Jewish Vocational Service graduation of the Bridges to College program. This program helped Karen pursue her dream of becoming a nurse. This is a great example of the types of programs the Boston Foundation chooses to invest in because they help stabilize families and individuals and move them on a path to economic self-sufficiency.
Bridges to College is like a pre-college course, and they help you with pre-college math and pre-college reading and writing. And they get you up to par so that when you take the college placement test, you'll test in the credit courses. I've worked all my life, and every job I had was a desk job, basically, or, you know, in a cafeteria or something like that. And I want to set an example for my children to let them know, you know, no matter whatever you're going through, it's never too late to further your education and better yourself.
In 1930, David Pocross made his first charitable contribution, writing a check for $10, which was a third of his weekly salary. Over the years, giving would define his life, and in 1997, the Boston Foundation established a fund as part of the Permanent Fund for Boston in his honor. Today, David is helping Antoine Johnson change his life through Street Safe Boston.
I was pretty much an individual just searching for a direction. A young man just living but not living, if you understand what I'm saying.
Antoine wanted to change his life, and with the help of Street Safe Boston, we were able to acquire a job for him at the Holiday Inn Express. And now he's headed down the road to success.
Street Safe helped spark the interest in change in my life. It was basically the cornerstone of the process. It was one of the things a person needs to begin that process, and I give them that.
The brief stories you've just heard, all of the lives that have been changed, could not have happened without the Permanent Fund for Boston and the many people who have left bequests to this fund. I'm Grace Fay, and I'm proud to be co-chairing an important effort to strengthen the Permanent Fund for Boston between now and 2015, when the Boston Foundation celebrates its 100th anniversary. My husband Ted and I have included a bequest to the Permanent Fund for Boston in our estate planning. We did this with the confidence that these resources will always be used wisely and always be used to address the critical challenges facing our community. James Longley's bequest is still at work today. What will you be doing in 100 years?